Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for your platform party.
Please be seated. Ladies, gentlemen and graduates, a warm welcome on what is a very special occasion. I'd like to extend a welcome to our guest speaker, Nick Buchanan, Director of Positive Effect Management and Education Consultancy. To our graduates, enjoy this ceremony. When your name is called, take time to soak in the recognition of your achievement and take time to acknowledge that when you take hold of your academic degree scroll, you'll become a graduate. We expect that this evening's ceremony will last for 1 hour. For everyone's safety, if the fire alarm sounds, please make your way out of the fire exits signposted at either side of the hall. I should also remind you that if you have a mobile telephone with you, please turn it to silent mode, but that you keep it to hand so you can take a photograph or a video when the person you're with comes onto the stage. Today is a day of celebration, so please feel free to clap, cheer and holler as loud as you wish when so louder now. That's an incentive, that's like a test. As loud as you wish to show just how proud you are when the person you're with comes on stage to collect their scroll. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally open our ceremony, may I take this opportunity to invite Tony Lewin, Principal of Newcastle College, to address you.
Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of our guests, parents, partners, and colleagues at Newcastle College, and of course, to our graduates, who are the reason we're all here today. As Principal of Newcastle College, this is one of the most exciting days in the college calendar. It belongs to you, our successful students, who have worked so hard and with such commitment. For me, this is what it's all about, watching you achieve and succeed. Today we get to share in your moment and to enjoy it with you. I speak on behalf of all of my colleagues when I say how proud we are of each and every one of you. And we are delighted to be here to share in your celebrations and hope that today will be a day to remember. Make the most of the day and enjoy this ceremony. From myself and the college, we wish you all the very best for the future. I would now like to hand you back to John Ridley, our Master of Ceremonies, who will take us through the proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Now I would like to invite Di Thurston, Director of the Newcastle School of Education, to address you all, and then invite students onto the stage to receive their awards from Tony Lewin, Principal of Newcastle College, and Joe Doherty, Chief Executive of NCG and the head of the institution.
Hello everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today as students from the School of Education and from sport prepare to graduate. It also gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Nick Buchanan. Go on, go on. All right. So Nick's brought us some friends, has he? We are all here for a single purpose, to celebrate and acknowledge the success of you, all of our graduating students. I'm proud to be addressing you here on such an important and significant day for you all. In a few moments, I will ask each of you to come forward and to collect your award. But first, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all the staff who are involved for their dedication, their hard work, and their commitment to your development, and for providing the right environment, the opportunities, and the stimulation for you to succeed. Would you like to thank your staff? I'd also like to thank all of you, the parents, the relatives, and the friends, for all that vital support and encouragement that you have given. Would you like to thank them? And I want to give special thanks to all of the employers who've worked really closely with Newcastle College, who've recognised the talent that's on offer here and provided encouragement, placements, and also employment opportunities to our students and graduates. Oh boy. You can whoop at any point if you'd like to, any point. Woo! Okay. I'd like to take a little time to reflect on why we are all here and why you all so richly deserve to be graduating today. Your journey to this point has been punctuated with some key moments in time. For the teaching graduates amongst us, the first teacher who inspired you to learn and also inspired you to want to teach. And the first time that you stood in front of a class, which you may not 100% have enjoyed, but things have improved, I'm sure. And for our sports students, the first time that you realised the impact that sport and exercise could have, and then the potential that you had to make a career in that area. And then before you know it, here you are. It's graduation day. It's a very key moment in your journey. And you don't have to just take my word that you're ready to graduate. All of the work that you have done has testament to this. The skills that you've demonstrated to our employers, whilst on placements or in teaching observations or through competitions and industry projects many of you have been involved in, all highlight the talent and the potential that you have. Many employers have commented on the professional attitudes of our students here today and are keen to offer more placements and opportunities to our students as a result in the future. So on behalf of next year's students who will benefit from this, I'd like to thank all of you. Thank you. I know that everyone here today has invested the time, the effort, and the dedication required to be successful. And I'd like to highlight just some of the outstanding contributions that have been made by some of our graduates, although I know there have been many, many more. Graduating today are teachers who have impressed us with their commitment. They've made fantastic progress and have made, some of them, huge career changes to become teachers. From the foundation degree in education and training for specialists in learning difficulties and disabilities is Danielle Smeaton, who has demonstrated outstanding commitment to her own professional development throughout her studies with us. Through her action research, Danielle has developed specific communication strategies to support autistic learners to transition from different tasks within their learning successfully, and the approach has had such positive impact on the learners. The organisation adopted Danielle's strategy, which is an amazing achievement for a new teacher, so well done. Graduating from the honours degree in education and professional development, Michael Jackson deserves a special mention due to the outstanding quality of his academic work. His Year 2 dissertation, Blended Learning, Does It Do What It Says on the Tin?, was one of the best undergraduate dissertations the education team have ever had the pleasure to assess. So well done to Michael. From the Postgraduate Certificate in Education for Young People and Adult Learning Specialists, a well done must also go to a number of students, including Yujin Wu, Vicky, who secured a full-time job teaching Mandarin across 7 local schools, and Melissa Hudson, who secured a full-time job teaching psychology very early in her programme, and to Adam Clark, who spent a 2-year teaching placement at Newcastle United Academy. Although Sunderland deserve another place, apparently they might play some football there, where the teaching team were impressed by his attitude, his subject knowledge, and his excellent working relationships. And a special mention also to, we have to say, superwoman Emma Reid, who did not let the arrival of triplets impact on PGC deadlines. And they are gorgeous as well. Congratulations to Emma. From the Postgraduate Certificate in Education for English, Literacy and for Language Specialists, Paul Wheaton graduates today. Paul teaches intervention for literacy and English for speakers of other languages at Heaton Manor School and has delivered highly creative, student-centred and challenging lessons to Year 9 students and above. He has operated with extraordinary level of autonomy in assessing needs and developing teaching frameworks, consistently teaching outstanding lessons. Congratulations to Paul. And there are more. Peter Monaghan, go on, Peter, graduates today from a Masters of Education and Professional Development. Peter's commitment to studying has never wavered. He's been conscientious and utterly reliable throughout. He has produced a very strong study of vocational identities at his former employer, which was St. John's Ambulance Service, and has now achieved his goal of securing a role as a full-time lecturer within further education. Well done, Peter. Graduating from the Honours Degree in Sport and Education is Caroline Campbell, who has returned to us this year after a break in her studies. It's evident from Caroline's first-class degree that she has developed into an outstanding student, one whose focus on pursuing a role in teaching and learning will help others achieve. Well done, Caroline. Also graduating today from the Honours Degree in Sport and Education is Sammy Jo Watson. Sammy Jo has been with us since level 3, originally studying beauty therapy before switching to sports coaching and development. From her very first day here, Sammy Jo has been a focused student, willing to step out of her comfort zone, and we know she's put 100% effort to graduate with excellent grades. Well done, Sammy Jo. From the Foundation Degree in Applied Health and Exercise Science, Samantha Duca has worked hard over the past 2 years, always striving to improve. Samantha came to us as a mature student, and while she initially found it difficult to balance family life, which I understand, with a return to full-time education, she's now starting to see that hard work pay off, achieving high marks, and graduating today and progressing on to level 6 next year, where we're sure she'll do even better. Well done. A special mention goes to Zoe Ronald from the Honours Degree in Applied Exercise, Health and Fitness. Zoe has excelled on the programme and gained recognition for all of her hard work. Despite facing some difficulties during her studies, she took the opportunity this year to be part of a trip to Italy, centred around the college football team, and undertook the role of physical activity tutor with absolute professionalism. Well done. From the Foundation Degree in Sport and Exercise Therapies, Laura Knight has excelled with an average grade of 80%. She's a fantastic student who is always keen to learn and willing to take on new opportunities, including taking on the role of sports therapist for the trip to Italy too, and voted the group's Student of the Year. Also from the Foundation Degree in Sports and Exercise Therapies is Charmaine Ho, a fantastic student who has embraced every opportunity to take on placements, volunteer and to support her peers, including a sports therapy role at the Rugby League Magic Weekend, Ponteland Rugby Club and Newcastle Falcons. Hannah Stewart graduates today from the Honours Degree in Sport and Exercise Rehabilitation. After joining us for the final year of her studies, an exemplary student, Hannah has embraced every opportunity and presented at this year's Posters in Parliament event at Westminster. Well done. Hannah also wins the Sport and Exercise Award for Academic Achievement. From the Honours Degree in Sports Coaching and Development, Adam Hitchings graduates today with a first-class degree. Not only has Adam been a committed and focused student, during his time with the college, he has developed his coaching practice exceptionally well. He has seized fantastic opportunities to work with Newcastle United women's team. Well done, Adam. I believe that we have some celebrities joining us today in the families and friends. I think from South Tyneside we may have some members of Rivellino. I would just like to welcome those people from Rivellino. It's nice to see you there. Google Rivellino if you don't know who they are. Today is all about success, celebrating your success. I'm delighted and honoured to be here to witness, turn over the page, this public acknowledgement of all of your achievements. Parents, partners, families and friends have every reason to be proud today. On behalf of the staff at Newcastle College, I wish you all every success. I hope your time as students with us has given you the confidence to get what you want from your studies, from your career, and from your life as well. Congratulations. We will now begin the conferment of awards, and I would like to ask Tony Lewin, Principal of Newcastle College, and Joe Doherty, Chief Executive of NCG, to join me on the stage. Ooh. Okay. So, from the Masters in Education and Professional Development, Peter Monaghan. Rob Wraith. Well done, Rob. from the PGCE for English, Literacy and Language Specialists, Dawn Eady. Well done. Well done, Dawn. Charlotte Ho. Well done. Lee Ann Lawrence. Well done. Shubra Kuli Mandal. And with an Endeavour Award, Kate Morris. Jessica Richardson. PGCE for Specialists in Learning Difficulties and Disabilities, Ben Beaton. Victoria Best. Well done. Lois Dixon. Stacey Dunn. Alexandra Garrard. Kimberly Harrison. Danielle Humble. Georgina Jackson. Daniel McIntosh. Lauren McNeely. Julie Porter. Melissa Stedman. From the Postgraduate Certificate for Young People and Adult Learning Specialists, Katie Armstrong. Syra Bajwa. Rachel Betty. Rachel Bowman. Adam Clark. Kelly Helens. Usman Latif. Well done. Emma Louise Reid. Rachel Stockdale Cook. Eugene Wu. Vicky. From the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education for Young People and Adult Learning Specialists. Joyce Annie Mai, Annie Mai. Sorry. Kirsty Clark. Stuart Clemson. Nicola Lingard. With an Academic Excellence Award, Kerry Milburn. Sophie Moulding. Okay. The PGC in Mathematics and Numeracy Specialists. Oh my God. It's Leanne Abraham. Rajan Baragira. Elia Manuela Merachara. Congratulations. Teresa Cross. Raphael Echi. Cyril Chinedu. Akuma and Karma. Sorry, that was... Sorry, it was so hesitant. Sarah England. Bit easier. Ooh. Oh, this is a good one. Daniel Hegarty. Woo! Well done, well done. The unofficial award for the best shoes at graduation, Barry Joseph Kelly. Really? Ben Newcomb. Well done, Ben. Victor Ocon. Well done, well done. With an Academic Excellence Award, Roger Rich. Well done, well done. Zunay Shahid. Really? This person's got a very similar name. It's very strange. This is for the people from Wexford. Mark Thurston. Okay, this one's for South Shields. It's Steph Todd. Well done, Big G. For the BA Honours in Education and Professional Development, Leanne Day. Well done. Angela Hallway. I'm delighted to say hello again to Robin Houghton. Welcome, Robin, it's lovely to see you. Michael Jackson. Katerina Kampa. Oh, it's the lady with the cakes. Alicia Maria De Meo. Foundation Degree Award in Education and Training, Jamie Eleno. Sana Arshad. Okay. Stuart Brown. Well done. Paul Clayton. Gemma Croasdale. Glenn Hall. Robin Kirkup. Laura Ann Roth. It's Andrew Scanlon. Well done, Andrew, well done. Melissa Thompson. Mark Turnbull. From the Foundation Degree in Education and Training for English, Literacy and Language Specialists, Karen Bell. Nicola Robson. Angela Wilkinson. from the Foundation Degree Award in Education and Training for Mathematics and Numeracy Specialists, Stephanie MacArthur. From the Foundation Degree Award in Education and Training for Specialists in Learning Difficulties and Disabilities, it's Layla Reid. Karen Scott. Brian Tweddle. Ilona Towns. Elżbieta Ulianska. Okay, that concludes the awards for the School of Education. I'd now like to invite, Joe Phillips, Director of the School of Construction, Leisure and Sport, to the stage to invite sports students to receive their awards. Thank you, Joe.
Good evening. From the BA Honours in Sport and Education, James Arthur. Sophie Brown. Caroline Campbell. Stacey Gardner. Jerome Joseph. Jake Layton. Paul McSherry. Lee Anthony Thompson. Sammy Jo Watson. Derek Whelans. From the Honours Applied Exercise and Health Fitness, Zoe Ronald. From the BSc Honours Applied Sports Coaching and Development, Michael Angus, who also receives the Academic Endeavour Award. Lauren Brown, who tonight receives the Endeavour Award. Connor Fox. Jordan Hines. Adam Hitchings. Ian Johnson, who also receives the Academic Excellence Award. Oliver King. Michael Kirkup. Muzamil Shakil Masood. Jennifer Sewell. From the Foundation Degree Applied Exercise, Health and Fitness, Daniel Clapperton. Samantha Adele Duca. Dylan D. Brendan Garvin. Alicia Soulsby. James Swan. From the Foundation Degree in Applied Sports Coaching and Development, Hannah Anderson. Ahmed Bilal. Sophie Fisher. Jonathan Hayton. Liam Oliver. Logan Ritchie. Jack Walker. From the Foundation Degree in Sport and Exercise Therapies, Charmaine Ho, who also receives the Academy Outstanding Award. Simon Wearmouth. From the BSc Honours in Public Health, Kerry Jackson, who is also receiving the Awards for Academic Excellence and the Award for Research Excellence. From the BSc Honours Sport and Exercise Rehabilitation, Daniel Ora Kiatone Diaz. Well done. Dane Johnson. Liam Henton. Grace Emily Maltman. Darren Andrew Noble, who tonight also receives the Research Excellence Award. Hannah Beth Stewart, who also receives the Award for Academic Achievement. Thank you. That concludes the awards for sports graduates, and congratulations, everyone.
Wow, it's a real privilege to stand up here and watch as people come to collect their scrolls and see how happy you are, to see how nervous and then happy you are. I think one of the things that it's important, and because we've got some new new teachers in the room as well, is to see the effect that you have on your teachers, no matter what discipline you're studying. You know, the hugs, the embraces, the handshakes down here. The staff have always wanted the best for you, and tonight it's a great realisation of that. So thank you very much. It is a great honour to see you do that. So congratulations. But then as new teachers there's marking, but I won't talk about that. Our guest speaker today is Nick Buchanan, Director of Positive Effect Management and Education Consultancy. Nick grew up in Liverpool and worked for a commercial photographer as a studio hand and developer of colour print before gaining a degree in graphic design. He then worked as a designer and illustrator, painting covers for book jackets and illustrations for magazines including the Radio Times, and spent 25 years teaching art and design, graphic design, and the Certificate of Education. Since leaving the world of teaching, Nick now prides himself on making a difference through delivering training and staff development. He is a fully qualified psychotherapeutic counsellor and clinical hypnotherapist, as well as a master practitioner in neuro-linguistic programming. Nick has written guides to Shakespeare plays, including King Lear and Macbeth, and is currently working on a guide to Hamlet. He has also written OCD, Genuine Hope and Practical Help, a guide for sufferers, which will be published next month. It gives me great pleasure to invite Nick to the stage to address you.
Thank you very much for that lovely warm introduction. And what a lovely festival kind of atmosphere is here. It's a real joy to be participating in this special day for so many people and so many proud parents too. Yeah, I do run trainings and do keynote addresses up and down the country. And I mention that because Newcastle College is a very special place. I have a kind of unusual way of dipping in and out of colleges without being in any of them properly. But at Newcastle College, there's always an incredibly warm family feel. And the hospitality of the people I met just today is exemplary. And so it's no wonder there's so many graduates with good teachers and a great atmosphere here. Okay, obviously congratulations and well done. It's a joyous occasion and fantastic, and you have right to be proud. And I hope the parents are very, very proud too. So well done. What could I share with you that would be of any value in just a few minutes? Many of you are just beginning your journey into the world of work. And I wondered what I could say, really. And I thought about things that I wish people had shared with me that might be useful for the journey. So I'm going to share a few things with you. The first thing is, whatever you do, dignify it with a little humanity. A little humanity goes a long, long way. We can be clever, but there's a difference between cleverness and wisdom. And kindness is very important in there. How we interact with people. I got the train here today, and I heard the ticket collector guy who was checking the tickets say to somebody not far from me, "That's not a ticket. That's just a seat reservation." Now, obviously, he could have said, "Oh, thank you, sir. That's your seat reservation. Could you have a look, see if you've got your ticket?" How we speak to one another, how we behave. Not long ago, about 18 months, I had quite a serious health challenge. I'd lost my balance completely. All my balance centers had gone. In fact, I had to learn to walk again. And I had problems with my eyesight because the vestibular system was causing my eyes just to jiggle all the time. And it made me nauseous every time I opened them. I was rushed to hospital in an ambulance, and for 4 days they talked about a brain tumour, which was quite a sobering time for me. Thankfully, at the end of it, they discovered through the MRI scans that there wasn't a tumour, and it was actually a viral infection that caused inflammation on the brain. I don't think it's going to affect me tonight, so you're okay. But while I was in the hospital, they have that lovely system where you're supposed to tick your card on what you want to eat the next day from the menu. And when the trolley came round for me, the staff in charge, a woman said to me, "Yours isn't here, it's been eaten." Now, you might think that would be a good thing for someone of my comportment, but she said, we've got sandwiches. I said, what sandwiches have you got? She said, we've got egg mayo, we've got tuna mayo, and we've got chicken curry. I said, is the egg mayo moist and fluffy and full of fun? Or is it dry and rubbery and dusty? And there was a pause. And then she said, we've got egg mayo. Yes, she did just repeat it all. And so it's about us not being robots. It's about us being family. And as I said, this college is a family, and a great family. And as we go into the world of work, being part of a work family is a really good thing to aspire to. Not to be the office gossip, but to share and defend the absent, and to be kind to one another. So we should always dignify whatever we do with a little humanity. A very sobering thought on that point is that cleverness alone doesn't always take us to good places. It's a very sad thing to say, but Auschwitz was built by clever people. They were not stupid people. They were architects, they were chemists, there were all sorts of people, clerics, all sorts of people involved. What they did was appalling. What they did was devastatingly sad and wrong. That's where cleverness can get us, if it's not alloyed with some wisdom. Also, those of you who've studied education will know on the bottom rung of Bloom's taxonomy, there's a word for the folks over here, is knowledge. Knowledge is the beginning of the cognitive taxonomy, but it's nowhere near the end. We need to move up to higher realms than just the mere facts of the matter. The second thing I'd like to share with you is the idea of tackling problems at the right level. I wish someone had talked to me about this many, many years ago, and I've not heard much talked about it ever. But it's very, very important, and I think there's some wisdom in this. Imagine if somebody said to you, I'm so tired, I wish I could have a good holiday. I really feel absolutely shattered. And you say, what kind of a holiday would you like? And they say, well, I'd like a holiday with a big fat book like a Stephen King or a Martina Cole. I'd like to get my toes in the sand, the sun on my shoulders, and just get lost in a good book. And you say, well, why don't you go? And they say, well, I can't afford it. And you say, well, I just won the lottery, and I'll pay for you. And they go on holiday. And you give them a ring and say, how's the holiday going? And they say, well, it's all right, but this sand gets everywhere. I mean, I put the sun cream on, it blew on me, and then, it's all like the sandpapered my leg, and then a shower at night, and no matter how much I shower, there always seems to be a gritty bed with this sand everywhere. It's absolutely awful. And you say, well, okay, where would you like to be instead? And they say, well, there's a lovely pebble beach just 4 miles up the road. If I was there, that would be great. There'd be none of this sand getting everywhere. And you say, well, I'll pay to have you moved. And you move them. And you give them a ring. How's it going? No sand. Is it good? These pebbles don't half hurt your feet when you walk on them. It's a killer. I mean, I used flip-flops and went to the front there to paddle in the water. And then my flip-flops got washed away. And it's really lumpy. I like to throw my towel down at a beach and lie down. But all these pebbles are sticking in my back. It's horrible. Well, where would you like to be? Well, there's a really nice, expensive hotel a bit further down with a Lido. They've got this poolside bar and everything else there. It's marvellous. And if I was there, it'd be great. No sand, no pebbles. So you pay again, have them moved. Give them a ring. Guess what? Are you having a good time? Well, I would if it wasn't for these noisy children. This family are here. They're bombing in the water. I've tried to read the same paragraph about 5 times. Can't get anywhere. And on it goes. Guess what happens if you pay to move them on? You already know. They're going to find fault with something. And their problem is not on that level of being moved on. If you keep dealing with the faults on that level, it'll just move on forever. The real fault is the higher level, which is that they are, in fact, a negaholic. They're addicted to negativity, and they just zone in on that all the time. And so what happens is, wherever they go, they'll find one thing that they really dislike, and they'll allow that thing to fill their attention. And a good thing to say to those people is just that, is to say to them, do you know what? I'm happy to move you on, but I've noticed there's a pattern of behaviour here that you might not have spotted, which is that wherever you are, you focus in on something that you dislike. Now, I'm not talking about beaches and pebbles and holidays. I'm talking about solving something at the right level. I'll give you another very quick example. Imagine somebody doesn't know anything about cars and they're driving along and they notice that oil is low, warning light comes on the dashboard. So they think, well, something's wrong, I better pull over. So they pull over. And a woman pulls up and says, I know all about cars and I can help you. And so she gets out and they pop the bonnet and the woman says, I can fix this, I can really sort this. And she goes over to her toolbox and she says to the person in the car, you have a look at the light and tell me if the light stays on or goes off. And she takes a pair of pincers and snips the electrical wire and the bulb goes off. And the person says, oh, fantastic, brilliant, I don't know what you've done, but you've solved it. Now, obviously, making the light go off doesn't really mean that, you know, anything is solved at all. The real problem is on the level of adding the oil, you know. Don't worry, there'll be woman as hero in a later illustration. It's about looking at causes rather than just symptoms. And I even apply this to all sorts of things. If I get a headache, I don't just take a tablet to get rid of the headache. The first thing I'll do is think about causes and deal with the cause. Why have I got a headache? Am I tense? Is tension in my neck stopping the blood getting to my brain? Have I had enough sleep? Have I drank enough water? If I don't think about those things, then just taking a tablet is a bit like snipping the wire and just making the light go off. There's better ways to make the light go off. The next thing I want to share with you is the idea of being happy for no reason. That's a strange one, isn't it? And you meet people and you say, how are you doing? And they say, well, you know, we've gone after this house and I'll be happy if we get it. We've set our hearts on it. It's a lovely house. I'll be really happy if we get it. They get the house. You meet them. Are you happy? Well, I'll be happy if we get that garden sorted at the back. That really needs fixing, that garden. It's a right mess. Okay. Then you meet them when the garden's sorted. Are you happy? Well, I'll be happy when we get the pond. I really wanted a pond with koi carp. And what they're doing is pushing happiness into the future all the time. They're literally telling themselves, I'll be happy when that happens. Now, I don't walk around grinning all the time and smiling at people, and I'm not happy out of context. I don't turn up at funerals with a Hawaiian shirt and a ghetto blaster. You know, I'm not talking about being inappropriate. But nevertheless, we all have a kind of happiness thermostat, which is our default position. You know, have you met those people where you say, hiya, how are you doing? Not so bad. And everything's not so bad. And if you shake hands with them, you get that wet fish thing, you know. It's quite different, really. Abraham Lincoln once said, most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And there's something in that. I don't mean inane grinning, but I do mean really being careful that we don't always push our happiness into the future and say, I'll be happy when. Very quickly, two other very quick points, and then I'll wrap up. One is to simply step back and reflect, to be willing to step back and reflect. Is there a better way of doing what I'm doing now? Sometimes we get so busy digging holes, we don't look to see if we're digging in the right place. There might be a better way of doing things. And I'll share this story with you. Imagine somebody at the side of a road chopping wood, and they've got loads of wood to chop, and they're using a really blunt axe. And this woman drives up in a pickup truck, and she sees the person, and it's a really hot day, and it's taking forever to chop through this wood. And she says, I've got an axe sharpener on the back of my pickup truck. If you just run the blade through that just a few times, you'll be amazed how sharp it is, and you'll cut through the rest like butter. Very helpful. And he says, do you think I've got time to stop and go sharpening axes and doing all that stuff. Can't you see how much wood I've got to chop? And she says, yeah, but it will help you if you just kind of sharpen the axe, you know. I've got loads of work to do here. I've got all this wood to chop. Stop bothering me. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we're so busy that we don't realize the time we would save if we took a moment to reflect. And that's about working on the business rather than in the business. And the final thing I want to share with you, and I'll wrap up with this, is the idea of developing flexible thinking, to be able to think in different ways. In a large Japanese electronics corporation in the 1970s, they were allowed in their meetings to make statements without the statements having any validity. Now that sounds really strange, especially to our kind of culture. And what they said, some guy said, why don't we make a tape recorder that doesn't record? Now, in our kind of way of thinking, we usually say yes or we say no. So if we said yes, we'd make a tape recorder that doesn't record. We'll bring it into the next meeting and say, I made a prototype. And you go, what is it? It's a tape recorder. It doesn't record. You say, well, what good is it? I don't know. You suggested it. Or we say, no, we won't do it because that's a waste of time. They didn't say either yes or no. They said something which is similar to a word Edward de Bono, who coined the term lateral thinking, suggested, which is the word po. It's not one of the Teletubbies. You're probably not old enough to not know them. But it's from the word poetry, or suppose, or posit an idea, or possibility. What they said is, that seems like a strange idea, but let's see where the idea leads to. And they developed the Sony Walkman. And the Sony Walkman is a tape recorder that doesn't record, it simply plays. The Sony Walkman is the granddaddy, if you like, of the iPlayer today. The Sony Walkman is the granddaddy of all the MP3 and portable audio industry. So rather than just judge things quickly, we can be more flexible in our thinking and consider possibilities first of all. Okay, I'll leave you with this. And it's worth contemplating, because we don't often see it on the TV. Human kindness is overflowing all around the world. It is often unseen and unreported. Acts of kindness, compassion, understanding, encouragement, and love are all around us. If you don't see it, be it. Then you will see it everywhere. It's that simple. I wish you every success with every venture, and may the rest of your life be the best of your life. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick, for those words of inspiration. I'd now like to invite Peter Michel, Governor for NCG, to come forward and officially close today's ceremony.
Well, good evening. Honoured guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that you will all agree with me that this has been quite a remarkable and momentous and most enjoyable evening and an occasion. I certainly am delighted to have been able to share in it. It is always very special to be involved in celebrating the successes of our students. And it's now my pleasure to say a few words of thanks on behalf of Newcastle College and NCG to everyone who has played a part in making this ceremony so memorable and successful. First of all, of course, to our fantastic inspirational guest speaker, Mr. Nick Buchanan. My thanks to you, Nick, for sharing your ideas, your experiences, some anecdotes and words of advice and encouragement through this excellent and motivational speech. Now, I wanted to give you a small gift as a memento of your time with us, Nick. But what could I get? I wanted to find something that you might appreciate, of course. So I thought I should do a little research. The first thing I found about you is your love of writing. That's true, isn't it? Yeah. And indeed, in 2006, you were the runner-up in a competition for children's story writing. A literacy award came your way. And your story was published in a book called Word Weaving, which had a preface by Michael Morpurgo, no less, the writer of Warhorse. So I got a hold of a copy of it. And here we are. On page 70 is your story called The Worm, the Telly and the Nightingale. And a great read it is too. Now, I guess you may have got a copy, have you, already? Okay. Well, in that case, I'd like to ask you to sign this one for me afterwards. However, I did a bit more and I found a quote of yours, Nick, which says, "I love sunlight underwater, a cool pillow on a hot day, birdsong at dawn, and the sensitive trumpet playing of Chet Baker." Now, unfortunately, Chet Baker couldn't make it this evening. We have no underwater, and it isn't really dawn. So, a cool pillow on a hot day is what we're left with. And it is certainly a hot day. So, here we have it. For you, Nick, a cool pillow, and you can't get cooler than that. Thank you to our excellent band who have entertained us this afternoon. These are all members of Newcastle College's Performance Academy, and you've certainly done us proud today. And also thanks to our hospitality students from the college's Lifestyle Academy, who've been serving refreshments for us this evening. Special thanks once again to the families and friends of our graduates for joining us today and helping us celebrate the hard-earned successes of those who you have come to support. I would like to thank and give recognition also to the Newcastle College Higher Education staff colleagues who have also played a crucial part in the results that we have been celebrating through their expertise, their teaching, their guidance and support. But most importantly, maybe this is where I should step back and say, is there a better way that I could be doing this? But most importantly, my sincere thanks to our graduates for their outstanding achievements. It's your successes. These are not only good for you personally, but also they underline Newcastle College's reputation in the field of vocational higher education and as a place of choice to learn and develop skills that will last a lifetime. This year has been quite a landmark one for both NCG and Newcastle College, with plenty of exciting and significant highlights. In particular, NCG were delighted to welcome Lewisham Southwark College and Carlisle College into the group. We look forward to working closely with both these colleges towards a vision of strengthened and improved quality of education. We will continue focusing on meeting the educational needs of the local communities across the geographies we serve. Back in 2016, we were awarded taught degree awarding powers. This was very important as an achievement which qualifies us to develop our own degree courses. Now, this is the first year that our very own honours and master's degree students are graduating since we were given those powers. This year, 1,300 students have graduated on NCG courses, so it's a very proud day for us. At the beginning of this year, Newcastle College was awarded the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Further and Higher Education in recognition of outstanding commitment to vocational training through our Transport Cafe. You can read this in your brochure at the beginning of the book. The prize is the highest major honour that can be awarded to a UK college, and the ceremony at Buckingham Palace gave colleagues and students the opportunity to receive this award and celebrate the success. We are also extremely pleased to share with you all, and this is recorded in the next page of your brochure, the launch of Newcastle College University Centre, a real equivalent to university. Dedicated space and facilities of the college campus have been set aside solely for our education students. I think our graduates sitting here today will agree that Newcastle College offers a unique experience for our degree students and strives to provide a level of individual support rarely found within universities. And from September, we will offer that experience to future students under the name Newcastle College University Centre. Well, this has been an excellent occasion, hasn't it? And I would like to say a big thank you to the college marketing team for organising it. The team has worked hard now over many weeks. This is the 6th ceremony over the last 2 days, and they've all gone as well as this one, I understand. They've been preparing and planning each detail. Many of them are in the room now. Most of them are probably outside waiting for you to come out. Well, it's all gone well. Your efforts have been worthwhile. Well done to you, and thank you. I think we've now succeeded in recognising and celebrating the achievements of all our graduates, and I am delighted to have been a part of that celebration. Congratulations again to each one of you. On behalf of Newcastle College, I'd like to wish you much success in whatever you do next. Thank you for studying with us. I hope you will always have good memories of Newcastle College, and that you will remember this day in particular with much pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Word of reassurance, there's only 8 lines of words separating you from a Friday night of celebration. It's typical of meetings I chair, people want me to finish. This is not the end of your time with Newcastle College and the NCG family. To our graduates, please join our alumni community to keep in touch with your fellow graduates and let us know of all your future successes. So ladies, gentlemen and graduates, we invite you to join us for refreshments of Prosecco and strawberries, which are being served in reception area and on the first floor. Woo! Please be upstanding as the platform party leaves the hall. Thank you.